Massiva, this is GF LaserBolt from GamerFusion.com. What is going on, guys? And welcome, guys, to today's video. Today we're going to be covering the ultimate guide for a shotgun. A lot of you guys enjoyed my ultimate guide for the hand cannons, and I decided to make one for each different archetype. Today we're going to be covering the shotguns and what to look for when you get a shotgun. I'm also going to be covering what are the best shotguns currently available in the game today that you're able to not only to pick up from a vendor and also get from different drops. So sometimes you're going to be presented with a scenario that looks something like this. You'll have the stolen wheel, you'll have the conspiracy theory, you'll have a party crasher, you have another conspiracy theory, and the question comes down to which one it has the best role for you to actually use. Which weapon will be more helpful for you in playing PvP? Mostly all of these weapon guys are based in PvP because that is the point when you guys need to actually have a really good stat roll for your weapon. Plus, finding different stat rolls for PvE is fairly easy. It's not really hard. So for example, let's take the stolen wheel for a quick overview. Let's just show you guys what I have. I have accurized ballistics, soft ballistics, smart drift control, crowd control, rifle barrel, performance bonus, and single point sling, and flared magwell, right? So you're like, oh, okay, that looks interesting. But which one is actually a god roll? Which one's actually pretty good? Which one's not good? Which one's better than the other one? Which one's worse? You know, what's better? Aggressive ballistics, smooth ballistics, grenadier, reinforced barrel. You know, which one's better? High caliber rounds, final rounds, and which one's better? So that's what we're going to be talking about. So let's go ahead and pull out my party crasher. And we're going to talk about different types of stats. So first and foremost, before we get to any sorts of perks, I want to talk to you guys about this part right here, which is a stat. When you go and see a shotgun, the stats you're going to want to worry about and the ones you should be extremely concerned about is impact, because impact is going to determine how well or how fast you actually kill the target when your shot hits. You're going to want to worry about range because that's going to determine how far away you could be from the person to actually get some considerable damage. And of course, fire rate. So those are three stats you're going to want to do. Always prioritize impact, then determine the range, and then jump into the fire rate or the rate of fire. Now that we have that covered, anytime you guys go ahead and pick up a weapon, you can always look at its stats and say, like, you want to see this one, be like, oh, okay, well, the impact is not that well. The range is actually pretty good. The fire rate is actually pretty good. But the impact is not good. So determine your stats on your shotties based upon the stats of your impact. So you guys notice right here, if I compare the stolen wheel with the party crasher, you guys can see that there's a significant decrease in impact. This makes it a decent weapon, but not something you're gonna want to take into Crucible and, you know, cause a lot of wreckage. You want to have a weapon that's OP and has a god roll. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the perks. As far as the perks, we're going to name these, column 1, column 2, column 3, and column 4. Starting with column number 1, there's going to be a bunch of these little bubbles that you can select. But the best one that you're going to want to select, and the one you should definitely always look for, is this one. It's called aggressive ballistics. What this does is it gives you more predictable recoil, but enhances impact and shortens the range and more recoil. Now, the shortening of the range is the one that you might be like, well, why do I want to shorten my range and increase my impact? Because the main thing that you want to focus on is on a shotgun is what? Impact. That is correct. I mean, range is important as well, but impact is more important. And you guys notice if I move these around, you guys will notice that the impact, it only gets increased by that little, but just that little is very important when it comes to a shotty. Who cares about the stability? The stability doesn't really matter with a shotgun. What is more important than anything in a shotgun is the impact. So, of course, aggressive ballistics should be your number one concern whenever you land a weapon in column number 1. If you land a weapon and it doesn't have aggressive ballistics, the other columns have to be perfect to actually work for you. So, aggressive ballistics should be your number 1 priority. Now, on column number 2, there are a couple ones I want to recommend to you. I'm going to give you the best one you could possibly get, and then I'm going to let you guys know which ones actually work and which ones don't. So, on this one, the only 4 you should be concerned about on that spawn on this, on this second column: rangefinder, full auto, close and personal, and rescue mag. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about each one individually, but of course, the number 1 perk you should definitely look for is rangefinder. I mean, rangefinder is going to be your number one concern when it comes to picking a shotgun. Your number one concern should be rangefinder. If you get rangefinder and then you get column 1 aggressive ballistics, you are on the right track to a god roll. Now, that doesn't mean that the shotgun is bad, right? Because you always want to, when you're trying to get a weapon, you at least, since most of these weapons are based in RNG, you at least want to get at least 3 out of the 4 perks. So if you get 3 out of 4 perks, you are pretty good. You have a pretty good gun. Now, of course, the god roll would be amazing, but if you can't get the god roll, then, 3 out of 4 is always best. So rangefinder would be your number one priority. Then you have the other one, which I consider to be a really good one, is Rescue Mag. Now, why do I consider Rescue Mag, from full auto? What are the difference? So there's another one I want to talk to you about. It's also close and personal. So Rescue Mag, the advantage with Rescue Mag is this weapon has a chance to refill the weapon's magazine when you're critically wounded. So you have no idea how much this helps in trials. For example, if you guys know, if you're running trials and you're getting shot, this will automatically give you a magazine without you even having to wait for the crate to charge. So very, very effective in trials. Even though if you're really low and you get hit a little bit, you will automatically get ammo for that shotty, and sometimes have ammo before people are even able to pick up special. So this makes it very, very effective when it comes to playing trials. It gives you the advantage of getting a magazine without you actually even having to go pick it up once you're wounded. So very, very helpful perk. Then you have full auto. The reason why I like full auto is because sometimes when you miss a shot or you get a phantom shot, you could just definitely follow up that shot really, really quick because of the fire rate. Some weapons like the Conspiracy D have a very small fire rate, so getting full auto on a Conspiracy D is actually pretty good because it's going to give you that advantage of firing that second shot a lot quicker than opposed to having to wait for you to actually refire that shot. So full auto is actually pretty good. A lot of my friends like full auto, but me personally, I think rangefinder should be your number one priority. So out of all of these, I will list them like this: rangefinder number 1, rescue mag number 2, full auto number 3, and close and personal number 4. That would be my list of the best ones to get. Of course, rangefinder being priority number 1. Next, we're going to move to column number 3. Now, in column number 3, of course, there's different bubbles you can pick from. And this one actually makes it cool because it gives you a chance to actually get the ones the ones you're actually trying to get, right? So we have a couple of these that roll in here. We have a bunch that roll on this side. But we're going to be talking about 4 that are going to be very important when you actually pick this one up. Of course, we have priority number 1 would be rifle barrel and reinforced barrel. Both of these are really, really good perks. Whichever one you get, either rifle barrel or reinforced barrel, you're okay with that. Those are like your main top tier perks to get. Now, there's another one you could possibly get, which is small bore. Small bore is not like the best one you get, but you can still land the small bore. If, like I said, if you get 3 out of the 4, you guys are okay with small bore. And the other one is quick draw. It just gives you that advantage of drawing the shotty a lot quicker, especially when you're switching weapons. If someone's rushing you, you can easily draw that and get that kill right off the bat. So for this one real quick, rifle barrel, reinforced barrel should be your number 1 priority. As you guys see right here, we are going good with this party crasher. Next up, we're going to talk about column number 4. Column number 4 has only 3 perks that I would highly recommend you guys picking it up and getting it done. So, perk number 1, I consider to be number 1. A couple people might agree or disagree with me, but we're going to talk about this one right now. I believe Final Round to be a very effective perk. A lot of people say, Final Round's not that good because you're always going to want to have your shotty kind of, reloaded every single time just so in case you want to kill multiple kills. But I do a lot of Trials of Osiris. Final Round, you don't understand how much it saves your life when you have that final round, because you could actually snipe with this shotty or with any shotty that has final round with that final round kick. Next one I would recommend is Performance Balance and Underdog. Those are the 2 I would actually put right here to be pretty good. And like I said, whenever you're rolling a shotgun, you're going to want to get at least 3 out of the 4. I mean, if you get all the 4, that would make it a god roll. But if you get 3 out of the 4, you should be fine and dandy. As you guys see right here, I got 3 out of 4. The only one I'm missing right here is rangefinder, but I'm happy with the rescue mag. It makes it a very effective weapon. So I would consider this to be a semi-god roll, except if it had rangefinder, this would be extremely epic. Now let's talk about the best shotties in the game right now. There's only 2 I want to list here, and I could mention another one, that has really good rolls, and I'll go ahead and go compare it for you guys. But the two ones that I would recommend, number one priority, of course, would be the Party Crasher, best shotty in the game right now. Next one would be the Conspiracy D. The cool thing about this one is you could get this off the quest. So you could go pick this one up from the quest, and it comes with some really, really good rolls in it. As you guys can see right here, it already comes with Aggressive Ballistics, Grenadier, Reinforced Barrel, and Final Round, which makes it pretty good. So that one right there, you're only missing, you'd probably only be missing Rangefinder right here, and that makes it very, very good weapon. So it's like a semi-god roll. But I would still recommend the Party Crasher over that. And I'll give you guys a little comparison set. As you guys see, the Conspiracy D has a little bit more impact than my Party Crasher. And that is because I believe it's the Reinforced Barrel that kicks me up, kicks up the range. But this one just has more impact than my other one. But that doesn't matter, because if this one rolls with Rangefinder, it'll still be good. But one thing I do want you to notice that I suggest that the Party Crasher is better than Conspiracy Theory is because of the fire rate. If you notice, the Conspiracy Theory has a low fire rate, making that follow shot in case two people are rushing you, makes it not lag, but makes it very slow. As opposed with the Party Crasher, you got that consistent fire rate and makes it a beast of a weapon. So my personal Party Crasher would be your number one priority. Conspiracy D, number two. One other thing that I would want to recommend for you guys that I know a lot of people probably would shine upon, but I still consider to be one of the best shotties in the game that you could definitely pick up if you guys are not able to get a Party Crasher. If you're wondering how do you get a Party Crasher, the way you get a Party Crasher is either by playing playing Crucible playlist, and also you could probably get it off of Strike, but the Crucible playlist is the one that's most easily. Usually I found in Rumble and Scrimmage are the most likely to drop when it comes to getting that one. So this one's the one I would recommend you guys definitely pick up if you don't have a Conspiracy D and if you don't have a Party Crasher. This one, as you guys notice, really high fire rate, very low impact and very low range. But the good thing is that this one comes with a awesome god roll right here. Aggressive Ballistics, right? It comes with Rangefinder, like we were talking. Rifle Barrel, kicking up your range. As you guys see, your range will go back. And Final Round. The only thing that lacks on this one is the impact. You're going to have to get a little bit closer than usual to actually get that shot, but makes this weapon with Rangefinder, gives it that nice boost. As you see right there, it gives it that nice kick, and you should be good to rock and roll with this one. So that's what I would recommend guys to pick up. Let me know if this video is helpful. If you guys want to see more ultimate weapon guys video, which one do you want to see next? LMG, auto rifle, scout rifle? Let me know in the comment section down below. And don't forget, guys, for all things Destiny, head over to GamerFusion.com, where we empower your gaming.